I got a little bit of sad news. Everything, my subscriptions for PlayStation Plus Network has ended. Everything, I even used up my free trial that I had. I used that up, mainly to try to get some classes subs figured out. I got a few VMP classes figured out that I want to share with you guys. So I'm going to do them here on local play network, multiplayer, and plus that's actually kind of a good thing because then you can actually see how the classes really actually work with the weapons and without having all that like lag bullcrap that goes on, or if another player's cheating, you can't really get to see how it all goes. Okay, so I've been experimenting with several different VMP classes. As you see here, like all these are for VMP. So everything, but I noticed that your VMP, which you see here, it's like got like basically no accuracy. Okay, when I found out by I'll do like attachments first. And everything. If you do like an all-out attachment setup on the VMP, and you just concentrate on what will increase your accuracy. As you can see here, it goes up quite a bit and actually improves. Like your accuracy for the VMP really improves. Okay, and you see here it goes up even more with these, but like for some reason for me, like the helo and everything and these sites, it seems like it has a lot of recoil. I don't like using the Verx 3. It seems weird, but the recon for some reason it seems like it's really good and decent, and it also increases your range by 1, so that's really good. And you still have 2 slots left for perks if you want perks and to use. Now, since this one is basically based off of like accuracy, and you want to do really well and be on target all the time, depending on your game modes that you play, which will probably be more like maybe team deathmatch or kill confirm. Like I do recommend scavenger, especially if you're able to keep on getting those kill streaks. And like this class up, it goes pretty good with hardpoint. I also noticed depending on your sights and everything, like the cyborg dots or the solo dots, they work pretty good to help improve that accuracy. But that's about as I was going to say. But if you're doing a hardpoint, then I highly recommend tactical mask, and I want to say flat jacket or Sixth Sense to go along with that. Or you could get rid of all that and just go all perk 1 for hardpoint. No, I can't go all perk 1 for hardpoint. Everything. So, alright, never mind that. So, flat jacket or Sixth Sense for hardpoint. But if you're just doing TDM, um, I definitely recommend like a scavenger, because I'm pretty sure like if you do extremely well, you're going to be needing it, especially since you only get 40 bullets, and I think it's only like 90 rounds or 80 rounds extra that you get, so that's only like 3 refills from a full clip, so that's not really a whole lot. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna go with blast suppressor for TDM, so I have this one as the TDM class. Alright, now for this one, I haven't figured out one yet for domination. I did get one kind of decently figured out for fracture and for hardpoint, but but I'll do one for hardpoint. Okay. Now for hardpoint, like a lot of people are going to say like you need to get your ADS like up there as fast as possible, so like quick draw and everything. But on hardpoint, especially if you're like with your clan or with your friends or the group, and you're all playing together, like you're more likely going to be coordinating with each other, and then so you're going to be like more on taking your time in there. So I recommend grip. You could go with stock to so you could move around a whole lot faster, which comes in handy, especially if you're pre-aiming down the sight. Alright, and once again, we're going to need a primary gunfire 1. And this is going to be kind of on preference. Like, you could go with long barrel, extended mags, or rapid fire to try to get those kills like a whole lot faster. But if you do rapid fire, I want to say, like, have it to where you do like at least one more attachment to go with the rapid fire. So do like extended mags, primary gunfire 2, and then rapid fire. No optic sight. Okay. And if you play by smarts or anything, you want to go with tactical mask for hard point. Let's see here. Fast hands is more for like a run and gun. Not gonna worry about scavenger. You can go with hardwired. That way you don't have to worry about power cords cutting your V's and like all that stuff. It's like, or you could go with tracker, and that'll also help hardwire help defend you against tracker. Alright, and then perk 1, and it's gonna be all preference. You could go with flat jacket or 6 cents, and or you could go without perk 2, go with a perk 1 and 6 cents or flat jacket. Okay, and then you could go and get yourself a tactical or a lethal. I kind of like using thermite, especially if it's like a tight space area. You could just throw that in there, and they get pretty injured. Tacticals are pretty handy as well, especially if you could get them to fire blindly. Well, let's go. So this is all preference on what you want to do, or if you want like a perk instead. Like me, I don't really use lethals or tacticals myself. I'm more just a weapon user. Okay, so mark this one as hardpoint. And I'm going to do game modes to kind of like help show how these work. If I won't have the bots where they're all like easy or anything like that, it will be on probably more like a mixture. Alright, and then we're going to need like that. If you want to do that run and gun type class setup and everything, then you're going to want afterburner, fast hands. I highly recommend it. Gun ho and perk 3 greed, blast suppressor, or dead silence, because that's really good for your run and gunning. Then you want quick draw, of course grip, primary gunfire, and your third attachment is basically be all up to you. But since we got gun ho, I will recommend like a laser sight to help get that actually up there, or you could go with long barrel if you want. Everything, but it's a run and gun, and with the laser sight and then with gun ho, you could just hit fire, and the laser sight will help get your aiming on there really good. So there's that. I don't recommend a sight. If you do want a sight, then you could just get rid of the perk 1 greed and go with like one of these. Like again, like for some reason for me, like these are like the recon is like much better for some reason than the heal sight for the VMP for some reason. Why, I don't know, it just feels like it. But it's all preference. Check my classes real quick. Yeah, I don't got any down there, so I'm gonna do long barrel. So it's just how long barrel does. This is gonna be your run and gun class for the VMP. Alright, but also like if you do really well on the run and gun, I would kind of tend to recommend. You don't have to do it, but I recommend like a blind eye, because there's going to be, I'm more worried about like AI controls taking me out more than like ground units, because you can see the ground units and everything, and you got high from them like go around it. But if you got like a wraith up in the air, or someone has a mothership or a talon, like you're going to be seen and you're going to get taken out. Alright, and then I was trying to figure out a good, decent class setup for Fracture. Kind of came up with one. I was using Grip, FMJ. Now on online, I have the FMJ Phoenix attachment. I noticed that it does just a little bit better than the default FMJ. And on here, I was doing rapid fire and everything. But also, since you're doing rapid fire, I would recommend you doing extended mags, and then just using your perks for what you want. Like Sixth Sense works pretty decently on fractures, especially if since you got like people who like kind of hiding and like kind of like in corners a bit, weighing with like a shotguns, mainly semi-automatic shotguns. So that Sixth Sense is going to be really handy. And because of like all that, I do recommend a concussion or flashbang. More of a concussion, because then like they can't move very well, and you can just get them, take them out. Alright. And I recommend awareness. That way you're like all the footsteps are a whole lot easier to hear, especially if you're like going solo, and you gotta know if friendly's near you, hear the footprints so much better. It helps out, especially with the Sixth Sense combined. It's very good. Alright, and then for the last one, this can be basically for like wherever you want, like a full around class and everything. This was run a gun, so I need to change that name. Alright. This is a fracture setup. There we go. Got that locked in. Alright, but for the last VMP, like I said, you can like have it like however you want it. I've been trying to figure out a decent one for domination, and if I actually had to think about it, like I think like the Team DM one was based off of like accuracy would be good, except for the like the slight difference of that it would be my recommend. This is what I would go with and use. I remember what it was. It was an all-out powerhouse VMP. Now you could do it with quick draw, grip. Like I said, like I like using stock. I know it's like here and there. It like really helps out a lot. I don't, like I said again, like the laser sight, you like really want to get that accuracy out there, but then of course at the same time you just want to have it down low a bit. Your fire rate, VMP has a really good fire rate, but with this it'll be like even faster. So I'll probably get rid of one class up and make a duplicate of this, but just change it a bit. Okay, and then like I said, for some reason like I just like the recon side. It does really good for me. Alright, I'll change the fracture one. stay there. Alright, and since this one's just a little different, I'll do the heal site, and let's see here. Now we'll change the game mode. I'll do a fracture one. How much it has to be? 75 points, just like on multiplayer. Best ones seem a little bit more like out of my league, so we'll go with harder, and that's more like an even mix. I've seen Fractured played a lot on Friends, Havoc. Once on Infection. And then Nuketown. Like, Nuketown seems to be like a favorite for a lot of people. But I'm gonna go with Friends on this one because it's one of the more used. Your specialist, like, it's gonna be all based on opinion. If you want to try to get like those really high score streaks, I recommend Seraph with the combat focus. But for all the other ones, like, it's mainly gonna be like really on focus and everything. Like Fire Break with his heat wave, like that's really good for those who are kind of like in corners and you can just heat wave them. But that's also really good for a hard point too. So I'm more likely to use him for a hard point. I like using Barry and Kinetic Armor a lot, but it depends on a lot of the situation if I use it or not. So let's start with that. I'll show you the two last class setups are just basically an all-out attack setup.
Fracture.
Make sure this is all even. Good.
Pick up and deliver core files to the site of the fracture.
Clean kill. Profit kill. Reaper jump.
Hold on, I gotta turn my TV up.
UAV inbound. Fracture location has moved.
Profit KIA.
That one. Okay, that right there was some major bullshit in this game. That was not on me. And I got a one-shot kill by a Draken.
Hostile UAV spotted.
Frag! They're done. Demolition destroyed.
The fracture has moved.
Yeah, hit my more right there.
Clear gone. Power's up. Pop it down, baby.
UAV awaiting orders. Hellstorm awaiting orders.
And of course, this was against like veteran bots. Okay, right here, the neck armor comes super handy.
Get a UAV overhead now.
Friendly UAV inbound.
Talon awaiting orders.
EKIA.
UAV ready for tasking.
Friendly counter UAV inbound.
Hits. Aye. Talon destroyed.
He meleeed my drone and went down.
Fracture location has moved.
Shut out.
Hellstorm on standby.
UAV inbound.
Gun just disappears.
TACOM. Entering Hellstorm target.
Effect. Acknowledge. Talon ready for deployment.
Bad guy.
Fracture location has moved.
Alright, now I'm gonna change the position. As you see, like, without like much bullcrap going on, except for like that Drake and sniper kills that keep happening to me. That VMP class up is really pretty like
Head armor
powerful.
good to go. Enemy down. Reaper down. Popping KIA.
UAV ready for deployment.
Kill.
Hellstorm awaiting orders.
Tango down.
Friendly hater inbound.
Okay, that right there was some BS. Okay, see, look at that. 4 hit markers and did not go down.
Battery requesting loiter asset.
So even on offline gameplay multiplayer, there's still some bunch of bull that happens.
Clean kill.
I think I had a lot.
Profit wasted. Reaper jumped.
UAV ready for talk.
Fracture location has moved. Sensors are capturing all objectives.
Hellstorm awaiting orders.
Damn. Should have gave me some kills at least right there, but then.
No effect. Copy that.
Midway, priority request received.
Reaper kill.
Hostiles have
The
destroyed your
world is
talent.
watching. The fracture has moved.
Cleaner gone. Reaper down.
Friendly UAV inbound.
Hellstorm on standby.
Midway. Hellstorm double kill.
Roger.
Shut out.
Power levels 5%. RTB.
Sir.
Talon awaiting orders.
UAV inbound.
Mechanical down.
Hostiles have destroyed your talent.
All mission objectives met. Prep for evac.
Alright, as you can see
What?
there,
It's
that's
over?
two class
Already?
setups I have right there. Like, that's just like all attachments. Like, they're pretty overpowered. Not I wouldn't say overpowerful. Like, they're pretty powerful. It seems like I did more better with the one
Must be
without
best.
rapid fire
Guy
than
like
with.
rest.
And so as you can see, the one that was for fracture, except for the little changes that I made on it. Like with the helo sight, that was kind of like my aim was kind of seemed more all over the place. But with the recon sight, as it showed and everything, it has a little bit more focus on accuracy than anything else. Like I did really like decent, really good. So. Alright, now that was gameplay of a fracture. Um, like I said, this one, like, you could still, like, out where it's all, like, being overpowered and everything. But I would more recommend, let's see here. Like, I was showing, like, the Sixth Sense and the awareness. But also kind of seeing how it was going, and how I was doing better with like accuracy. I would kind of like recommend taking the FMJ and just doing like the stock or laser sight. Kind of would more say like the stock than anything else. That did pretty good on there. As you also see here, I don't have the long barrel on here, so I would recommend taking off the long barrel for fracture and also the timer to where it's basically just like another VMP where it's focused on accuracy than like anything else. You can do an optic if you want to, or you can just go for another perk, which I would recommend. I would recommend Scavenger perk, as it's all there that you eventually see and everything, and that you end up seeing before all this. That I ran out of ammo with the first class setup, and then I almost ran out of ammo with the second class setup. So, alright, so now I'm gonna like give a demonstration of the hardpoint one. Like I said, with this one, I'll be more like, don't want to worry about scavenger. I'll be taking more of my time with it on attacking. So, change the game mode. Actually, if you do sit, well, this is custom game and everything. So, but this would be more like MLG and Call of Duty World League tournaments and everything right here. But we're just doing regular hardpoint, so make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. Was it 5 minutes for hardpoint? Yeah. Okay, actually for the map, I'll change it to the one that I see a lot on the CWL, which would be Stronghold. Now here is where kinetic armor and heat wave would be very handy. Also, I will actually, if you're using abilities, I actually will recommend an overclock over flat jacket, because flat jacket at times it seems like it doesn't really work. Okay, so like I said, you can go with kinetic armor. Vision pulse is very handy for hardpoint. I'm not gonna lie, you get to see where they're at. Heat wave is pretty decent too, but I've actually used vision pulse more for hardpoint, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm going to change the bots to where they're veteran to give it more of a challenge, because they seem like they're a little retarded, even though they're on hardened difficulties.
Hard point.
Outrider headed out. Watch yourself out there.
Secure the objectives.
I want to apologize in advance. I don't really know
Hard
where
point
like
identified.
where all the points will be at.
Hard point is ours. Hard point
I got there
contested.
pretty fast.
Hard point contested.
She's gone.
Hard point contested. Hard point lost. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
Oh, they're all in the hard point. Yeah, see, that's how it's like kind of supposed to be. Like all in the hard point, like help protect it.
Hard point
Yeah, I got like
identified. Hard point locked down. Hostile UAV above. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Hard point lost. Hostile UAV spotted.
Nope, that didn't work out. I wanna go
Hard
down
point
here.
locked down. Hard point contested. Hard point lost. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
Wasted!
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? No. Ah. See, it was actually, the computer is being pretty smart. It's just holding itself there.
Impulse ready.
I'm
Smoke
waiting.
them out.
Alright, here's a vision post. This is where it comes super handy.
Hard point locked down. Hard point contested. Hard point identified.
UAV awaiting orders.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Enemy combatant.
Midway, UAV fuel check complete.
Hailstorm awaiting
Oh,
orders.
damn, did not see that.
Requesting Hellstorm missile.
Target destroyed.
And you know, everything's on veteran. I'm not gonna lie, like, my team seems like they're retarded. Oh yeah, the aimbot on the Jeep. Oh my god. AIs.
EKIA.
I swear, my team seems like
Hard
they're
point
really
identified.
retarded.
Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point is ours.
UAV
Hard point lost.
Damn, I got taken out quick by Kuda.
Smoke check.
Hard point locked down. Hard point contested. UAV inbound. Hard point contested. Hard point contested.
Okay, I'm gonna work on rotation.
Hard point contested. Counter UAV inbound. Hard point identified. Hostiles have captured the hard point. Friendly UAV inbound. Hard point locked down.
Damn.
Hard point lost.
Deploy UAV.
Now over in here is where a purifying heat wave will come like way handy, especially if the neck on.
Firebreak AIA.
Hard point is ours. Hard point contested. Hard point contested.
UAV supporting AO.
Damn, that dread.
UAV inbound. Hard point lost.
Okay, not gonna bar this like time zone's up. So next one will be back over here.
Hard point identified. Hard point is ours.
And they're flanking around, that's not good.
Hard point contested. Hard point contested. Hard point contested.
Target down.
Hard point contested. Hard point contested.
Smoke checked.
Hard point contested. UAV inbound.
Down.
Hard point contested. Counter UAV inbound. Hard point contested.
Snipers down.
Hailstorm awaiting orders.
Hard point contested. Hard point contested. Hard point identified. Hard point locked down. Hard point contested.
Should have stayed cloaked, man.
Hard
Hostiles
point
have
contested.
destroyed your talent.
think I just died. Yep.
Roger that.
Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Hardpoint contested.
Target down.
Hardpoint lost. Hostile
That's
tower
actually okay.
inbound.
This guy got an next hard point.
Hardpoint identified.
Ow.
Hardpoint locked down.
Had that for a tiny bit.
Sniper, get down!
Yeah, see how you shot right there before I was even around?
Sniper!
That shows how much, like, the game itself is cheating. So if the game itself is doing those little auto aimbots and everything, so that means the program's definitely in here to where you could just easily find a way to get it and have it for yourself. So you can easily have a mod menu. Man, I swear, it's almost like
Hardpoint identified.
the
Hardpoint is
opposite
ours.
team just race quit. It seriously seems like it.
Enemy control. Enemy down. Enemy down.
UAV awaiting orders.
Hardpoint lost. Hostile UAV above.
Man, I got shot in the head by something.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint
See, look at
contested.
that. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Aimbot. When people try to say aimbot doesn't exist on
Counter
this game.
UAV inbound.
Sector kill.
If the
Hardpoint
game
contested.
itself uses it, it exists.
We're ahead.
Requesting
Maintain
UAV.
your momentum. Hardpoint contested.
I got punched and
Hardpoint
killed.
lost.
Oh, that was some bullshit.
UAV MTL, 50% check.
Hardpoint identified.
Yeah, I'm already on that.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested.
Again, you see that?
Hardpoint contested.
Kind of bullshit I'm talking about. Boom. Just knew I was there.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint lost.
See? Game's starting. The game feels threatened. Alright.
Target.
Damn, can't get him.
Outrider
That's it.
neutralized.
Okay, yeah, you see that? Barely even shot with that ICR, and yeah, I get
Be
taken out.
advised. Hostile UAV incoming.
Alright, that's a no-go there, so we gotta
Hardpoint
hit the next one.
identified. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested. Be advised. Hostile counter UAV is online.
EKIA.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint lost.
You gotta see this.
Hostile UAV above.
Look at
Be
that
advised.
bullshit.
Hostile counter UAV is online. Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint identified. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Got backup.
down.
UAV on standby.
Eyes on enemy.
Kill himself? No. Seemed like he just killed himself.
Hard point contested.
Tackle.
Hard point
UAV
lost.
now.
In the turn, sensors on capture.
Overwatch down.
Alright, I'm gonna have to hit the next harbor. Oh, well, I gotta need contest it. Good. Contest it. They're kind of just sitting there waiting.
Hard point locked down.
Thanks for the work. UAV departing AO.
Hard point identified.
Damn, they got that.
Hard point lost.
Deploy UAV.
It's the same.
Terrible performance.
Yeah, okay. Well, as you can see
on,
there, like, it's a
That was
decent hardpoint class and everything. And it all depends on who you're playing with. And if there's no bullshit cheating going on, as well, so here I have going up against veteran bots. They got aim,
That's a
all
kill.
aimbot. They know exactly where you're at, and they
One
can just
shot,
one punch
one
melee
kill.
you.
Won't even hear it coming.
Alright, well everyone, I hope you enjoyed these VMP class setups and everything, like the TDM one. Like, it's pretty much, you kind of see how it already is, like it's been based somewhat already used here on Friends and everything, but just without perks. But the hardpoint one, it's a decent hardpoint class setup for the VMP. It does decent. The one and gun, I haven't used that one yet, but you could like give it a try and see how it is for yourself. But the ones for fracture, as you can see here, like it was pretty good. Ran out of ammo too fast, so I had to where you got scavenger with it, so you don't want to have ammo, and to go with that extended mags, and then just all out basically attack VMP, which is pretty much just all based off of accuracy, and that's really what you want. You want that accuracy, but you will die like here and there, and you will run out of ammo because you only get like the 40 in the clip and then 120 extra clips. So I kept all that in mind. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream, and to those who eventually lost it right, I hope you enjoyed it when you get done watching, and please leave a thumbs up for this video. Give it a like, comment down there on what class ups you want to see next. I'm thinking of working on a CUDA class setup, and then when I get to it, like all the SMGs. So you all have a good day, and peace.